अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण अनन्तरूपा अनन्तनामा आदिमूला नारायण अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधव अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधव करुणासागर कालिङ्गनर्तन करुणासागर कालिङ्गनर्तन हे कृपा सिन्धो कृष्ण हे कृपा सिन्धो अनन्तरूप अनन्तनाम आदिमूला नारायण विश्वरूपा विश्वाधार विश्वव्यापक नारायण विश्वरूपा विश्वाधार विश्वव्यापक नारायण विश्वतैजस प्राज्ञस्वरूप हे दया सिन्धो कृष्ण हे दया सिन्धो अनन्तरूप अनन्तनाम आदिमूला नारायण अनन्तशयना हे जगन्नाथ कमलनयना हे माधव करुणासागर कालिङ्गनर्तन हे कृपा सिन्धो कृष्ण हे कृपा सिन्धो अनन्तरूप अनन्तनाम आदिमूला नारायण अनन्तरूप अनन्तनाम आदिमूला नारायण
सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च Humble prostrations to one and all. So in the last class we were seeing Yamarāja praises Nachiketa, and after that Nachiketa once again repeats the same question but in a different format. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. What is that which is different from or beyond dharma and adharma, punya and papa? What is that which is beyond kruta and akruta? Anyatrasmat kruta krutat. That which is beyond karya karana, cause and effect. Anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha. What is that which is beyond past and future? And that what which you have experienced, please tell us. So the point is this, the whole world is under the grip of the karmas and the karma phalas, the punya and the papa, the cause and the effect. The whole world is a play of cause and effect. The whole world is a play of past, present and future. Jiva does karma, go through the karma phalas. Punya karma goes to the higher world, again comes back. Papa karma goes to the lower world, again comes back. And the whole thing happens in time. The whole world is nothing but the play of cause and effect. Karma is the cause and karma phala as the effect. This is what we see everywhere. Nachiketa says, I am fed up of this. Is there some way in which we can come out of this endless, infinite cycle? Is there some higher state attaining which this infinite birth, death cycle can be avoided? If at all there is something, please tell me. And I know that there is something. And I know that you have gained it. Please bless me with that knowledge. So this is a sincere question from a seeker, a true mumukshu. So Yamarāja, understanding that Nachiketa is fully qualified to gain this knowledge, after having tested Nachiketa for his qualification, his viveka, vairagya, etc., now Yamarāja starts giving this knowledge. So Yamarāja first says, yes, there is such a thing, that ultimate truth, it is called Om, Om Ityetat. And what is that truth? Sarve Veda Yat Padam Āmananti. All the Vedas unanimously glorify that state. All the injunctions in the Vedas are meant to attain that state. All the instructions are for gaining that state. Tapamsi sarvani cha yad vadanti. All the tapas, all the austerities, directly or indirectly, they point to that goal alone. That is the purpose for which tapas has to be performed. Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti. People walk the path of brahmacharya. They practice brahmacharya. It is only for this. Tatte padam sangrahena bravimi. That padam, that state which can be attained by everyone through right qualification, through right procedure. That highest truth, in short, is called Om. So Om is the name of that ultimate truth. So now the next two verses, it is about NāMA MAHIMā. So let us chant verse number 16 and 17. Verse number 16, page number 117. Etadhyevaksharam Brahma, etadhyevaksharam param, etadhyevaksharam nyatva, yo yadicchati tasya tat, etadhyevaksharam Brahma, etadhyevaksharam param, etadhyevaksharam nyatva, Yo yadichhati tasya tat etadhi eva aksharam brahma. This aksharam, this word alone is that Brahman. Etadhi eva aksharam param. This word alone is that supreme. Etadhi eva aksharam jnatva. Knowing this one word, yaha yad ichhati tat tasya. Whatever one desires, that becomes his. He gets it. So this is that ultimate truth which is named Om. It is the highest, it is that highest Brahman, knowing which one gains everything. Verse number 17 also we will chant, page number 124. Etadalambanam sreshtham etadalambanam param etadalambanam jnatva brahmaloke mahiyate. Etadalambanam sreshtham etadalambanam param etadalambanam jnatva brahmaloke mahiyate. Etad alambanam sreshtham. It is the best alambanam. Alambanam means support or refuge. It is the best support. Sreshtham. Etad alambanam param. This is the highest support. Etadalambanam jnatva. Knowing this support, brahmaloke mahiyate. Such a person revels in Brahmaloka, the world of Brahman. Brahmaloka can have both meanings. Brahmaloka, the world of Brahmājī, or the world of Brahman, or the abode of Brahman. Both meanings can go together. In such a world, this person revels. So 16 and 17, we have in this Upanishad the glory of the name of the Lord, Om. So in those times, Vedic times, we did not have the name of Rama, Krishna, etc. So what was the name used in those Vedic times? The name used was Om. So what is being said here? Etat eva aksharam brahma. This word itself is Brahman. There is no difference. Now one may say, how can this word be Brahman? So now we have to understand. It is called as Vachika Pratika. It's a symbol. This word is a symbol. It's a symbol indicating God. Suppose we go to a temple and then we see the Vigraha, the idol of the Lord. So what do we say? We say this is Bhagavan. We don't say this is the idol of Bhagavan. It may be an idol made of stone or some metal, but then we don't say it's an idol. What do we say? We say it is Bhagavan. Bow down to Bhagavan, we say. We don't say bow down to the idol of Bhagavan. So just like that idol represents God and we call it God, we don't call it as a symbol or an idol. We call it God itself. In the same way, etadhi aksharam brahma. This aksharam itself is Brahman. So just like we have an idol and we call it God, in the same way, this word Om is called God. That word represents God or truth or the ultimate reality. So therefore, these two verses are glorifying, chanting the name of the Lord. Now this sadhana, chanting the name of the Lord, is a very, very powerful sadhana. It appears to be a very simple sadhana, but it's a very powerful sadhana if it is taken up sincerely. Almost all the saints have glorified this sadhana. We have Valmiki Rishi, who had become a great sage just by chanting Rama Rama. We have so many saints, Papa Ramdas also, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, just by chanting he attained the highest. Bhagavan Shankaracharya also writes Bhaja Govindam, a text glorifying, chanting the name of the Lord. There is a famous book written by Swami Shivananda Maharaj of Divine Life Society, Japa Yoga, Japa Sādhanā. How we must do japa and all that. Very famous book. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also speaks about Japa Sādhanā. All the great saints we find this Nama Japa, they gave lot of emphasis. Not only great saints, all the scriptures also glorify this Nama Japa. Upanishad, anyway we are seeing it here. Upanishads glorify. In Bhagavad Gītā also Bhagavan says, Yajñānām japa yajñosmi. In the 17th chapter, the last part, Om Tat Sat, it is nothing but the glorification of the name of the Lord. Where it is said that before starting anything, you chant the name of the Lord. This will be an auspicious beginning. Invoking the grace and blessings of the Lord can be done by chanting the name of the Lord. So before starting up any work, chant the name of the Lord. And once everything is over, again chant the name of the Lord, offering everything unto Him. So whatever defect is there in action, every action will have some or the other defect. So all the defects are nullified when you chant the name of the Lord, Om Tat Sat, and then when you offer it. This is what Bhagavad Gītā says. It is said even Brahmājī, before creation, he chanted Bhagavan's name only. And that's how he started creation. So therefore, the glory of this chanting is there in the Upanishad, in Bhagavad Gītā, in Bhagavatam, though all of us know. Dhruva attained the highest, chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ajamila was saved from the sufferings of the hell only by chanting the name of the Lord. So there are so many instances in our scriptures where this sadhana is glorified. Tulasīdās ji says, he goes one step ahead. He says, Nama is greater than Nami. He says, Bhagavan's name is greater than even Bhagavan. Tulasīdās ji, how can you say that? So Tulasīdās ji says, Bhagavan, you have liberated only a handful of people in your incarnation, but your name has liberated millions of people. It has liberated, it is liberating, it will liberate. So therefore, since the name has liberated so many people, so therefore your name is greater than you, says our Tulasīdās ji. All religions also emphasize on this. Christianity also, they have this rosary and chanting, etc. Somewhere I even saw the mantra, Om Christave Namaha, it was written. Christave Namaha. So mantra is also there. I think in Buddhism they chant Om Mani Padme Ham. So they chant this mantra. So in almost all regions we find this chanting the name of the Lord being glorified. Even in the deities also you will find 4 hands, and one of the hand you will find some japamala. It is there. So this japa is so popular among everyone. Now, what is the beauty of this sadhana? The beauty of this sadhana is everyone can chant the name of the Lord. Rich or the poor, literate or illiterate, a child, a young man, an old man, male, female, high caste, low caste, there is no distinction. Everyone can chant Bhagavan's name. This is one glory. And it is very easy, you can chant it anywhere, while sitting, while walking, while traveling, while in the bathroom, while working, in the kitchen, while working in office, anywhere you can chant this name. You don't have to depend on so many accessories. Like for example, if you have to do puja, then all the materials are necessary. But as far as chanting the name of the Lord is concerned, nothing is necessary. So therefore, this chanting is glorified. Now, let us spend some time upon this one sadhana. There are some of the doubts which people ask regarding this sadhana. These doubts very commonly we hear. So some of these doubts we will take up. So one common doubt is, fine, Japa Sādhanā is a wonderful sadhana. Which is the most powerful mantra to chant? This is one question which people generally ask. So therefore we must have some clarity in this regard. What is the most powerful mantra? So there are so many mantras in Hinduism. Om is one mantra. Om Namah Shivaya is another mantra. Gayatri mantra is another mantra. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So it is said that in Kaliyuga this is the most powerful mantra. That is also there. Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Shri Krishna, Sharanam Mama. So in this way we have so many mantras. The question is, which mantra is the most powerful one? And everyone says, my mantra is the most powerful one. Every scripture says, this particular mantra is the most powerful one. So therefore, we need to have some clarity. Now the mantra, the term itself says, Mananat Trayate iti mantraha. Mantra is the one which will protect you, Trayate. When? Only when you do your job. What is your job? Mananam, Uccharanam, chanting it, meditating upon it, reflecting upon it. When you do this, then that mantra protects you. So therefore, the most important thing in this is self-effort. Now this has to be kept in mind. So when I chant a mantra, with sincerity, with dedication, with patience, with love, with devotion, with concentration, with attention, to the extent I pour myself completely into the mantra, to that extent the mantra appears powerful for me. This has to be understood. This mantra will not be powerful for anyone else who has not done anything. No, this mantra becomes powerful for me because I have invested my time and energy, my focus, everything into it. Therefore, this mantra becomes powerful for me. So, where does the power come from? The power comes from within me. Why it has to come from within me? It has to come from within me because Aham Brahma Asmi. Who am I? My true nature is I am Brahman alone. So, all the power, whatever is there, everything is already there within me. This mantra is only an alambanam, a support, in order to bring out this power from me and give it back to me. Now see the term alambanam. Etad alambanam sreshtham, etad alambanam param, etad alambanam nyatva brahmaloke mahiyate. Now see, this Om is called an alambanam. Alambanam means support. Now this is a very beautiful term used. Alambanam means a support. For example, it is like a mirror. Mirror is an alambanam, a support. So when you look into the mirror, what do you see? You see your own face. Now what is the role of a mirror? Remember, the mirror doesn't create your face. The mirror doesn't give you the power of vision. This mirror cannot do. It is just a reflecting medium. It is only reflecting what is already there. Your face is already there. It is just reflecting the face. It is not creating the face. It is only reflecting your vision. Your vision is already there. It is not creating the vision. It is only reflecting the vision. Now see this. This is very important. So what is the contribution of alambanam? Not to create something, but only to reflect and give back what you already have. Reflecting back, giving back is the role of alambanam. Isn't it? So in the same way, mantra also. Then Swamiji, why is it said that you must take mantra diksha from a particular guru, mahatma, etc.? When we take diksha from a particular mahatma, we have lot of shraddha bhakti in that mahatma. So therefore, with that shraddha bhakti we chant, saying that this mahatma has given it, so definitely it is going to work, no doubt, because that mahatma is so powerful. Now what is happening is you chant with lot of shraddha bhakti. So when you chant with lot of shraddha bhakti, it is reflected back. So this shraddha bhakti gives you results. So it is only to bring that shraddha bhakti we say take the mantra diksha from a mahatma. Otherwise what happens, 2 days you chant and then you forget about it. But when you take it from a mahatma, you chant seriously, sincerely, with dedication, and that's very important to give results. So this has to be understood. They are all alambanams. In the same way, when we go to a temple, it is only the idol, but to the extent you worship that idol with your devotion, with your sincerity, with your love, to that extent that deity will appear powerful to you. That deity will bless you with whatever you need. Yo yadichhati tasya tat. Whatever you want, it gives. But where has that power from that idol? Where has it come from? It has come from you yourself. The power is already in you. They are only medium to extract that power from you. This has to be understood. There is no other source of power other than yourself. Sometimes we hear when we go to the high mountain region, etc., when you chant Hari Om, then after some time you hear the echo from other mountains, Hari Om. You hear the echo. What is that echo? No, don't say that it is a mountain which is shouting back. No, it is your own voice which is reflected back, which is echoing back. Whatever you chant, whatever you shout, it comes back to you. They are only reflecting mediums. They give back what you have given. So everything is coming from you. See, the crutches we use when our legs are not strong, we use crutches. What do these crutches do? They don't make you walk, they don't make you stand, no. What do they do? They just reflect back your own strength to you to balance yourself. When you lean on the crutch, what happens? Your weight is reflected back to you and thus you gain the balance. This is what happens. So it is called a support. It is not some car or a bus where you are carried with its power. No. Crutches, they don't have any power of their own. They make use of your power to balance you. From you it gets strength, and that strength is reflected back to you to give you balance while walking. Isn't it? So in the same way we have to understand all this. Whether it is the name of the Lord or whether it is the idol of the Lord, they are all supports. Already the perfection is within us, they reflect back the perfection which is already there within us. That is why you will find a person, he might have got mantra diksha from a great Mahatma, but he doesn't do anything, he takes it very lightly. He has no Shraddha Bhakti towards that Mahatma. Then what happens? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Mantra diksha is there, mantra is there, but he has not invested anything into that mantra, so that mantra fails to protect him. In the same way in temple also, there are people who have no faith in Bhagavan, so that Bhagavan cannot help you. It is not possible. The feeling, the divine feeling which comes from you while doing sadhana is the most important thing. That's why in Bhagavad Gītā also it is said, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktipahritam asnami prayatatmanaha. Bhagavan says, those who worship me, I don't care what you are offering me. Patram, leaf, pushpam, flower, phalam, fruit, toyam, water, whatever you give, it doesn't matter. But what is the most important thing is with how much of involvement you are doing, that is more important. That Shraddha, Bhakti, dedication, love, devotion, this is the most important thing. I don't care what you offer unto me. Kannappa, he was offering flesh. He was offering water from his mouth into that Shivalinga. But then Bhagavan appeared. So that itself shows that the most important thing is the bhavana with which you offer. This we should not forget. So, the point is, mantra by itself has no power. It is the power which is coming from you. Your sadhana, your sincerity, your hard work is that which is going to give you the result. Manana trayate iti mantraha. Now there are some other people who say, Swami, I chant the mantra, but the results which they say, I am regular in my chanting, but in spite of chanting, I don't get peace of mind. My mind continues to get disturbed, continues to be in a state of disturbance. Why is it so? In spite of chanting. So now we have to understand there are two types of chanting. One is conscious chanting, the other is called mechanical chanting. Conscious chanting and mechanical chanting. So what is conscious chanting? You are conscious of chanting, you pay attention to chanting, you don't allow the mind to wander, and then you chant and then you listen to that name. This is called as conscious chanting. And what is mechanical chanting? You are chanting, but your mind is wandering in various places. So that is called as mechanical chanting. So the mind itself as though has two departments. One is conscious mind, the other is mechanical mind. So we have to understand what they are. Whenever we encounter a problem or a situation which is important, which is serious, which is interesting, or which is difficult, in all these situations you will find the conscious mind handles it. So, a difficult problem is there, immediately the conscious mind handles it. Something important has come, the conscious mind handles it. Or something very interesting, the conscious mind handles it. Conscious mind means what? You are there along with that mind. Conscious mind can be only one. There is total attention, that is called as conscious mind. So in such situations the conscious mind handles it. But in life there are situations which are not very serious, which are very light, where too much of attention is not necessary. So then what happens? The conscious mind handles over such situations, hands such situations over to mechanical mind. It hands over that situation. So the mechanical mind takes care of all those things. For example, suppose you want to learn driving a car. So in the beginning when you learn, your conscious mind, you are very much alert, aware of every little thing. You are sincerely paying attention to everything. You are focusing on it, you are concentrating. So while driving, your conscious mind is handling everything. You are alert, you are vigilant. But once you have learned driving and once you have become expert in driving, then what happens? Slowly you will find conscious mind is no more active. It is the mechanical mind which takes over. So you will find that you are driving, only the mechanical mind is taking care, but your mind is worrying about some problems at home or at office. So where is your conscious mind? The conscious mind is worrying about some other problem. Your mechanical mind does all this, your conscious mind is doing something else. Or while taking up a phone call while driving, again your conscious mind is answering the questions raised by the other person. You are responding to that person because their conscious mind is necessary. You can't answer a person without the involvement of conscious mind. And the mechanical mind is doing the driving part. So these two minds we must be aware. So chanting can be done either by the conscious mind or the mechanical mind. So generally what happens, in the beginning your conscious mind takes over, but slowly when the process appears boring, when you find that this is a very easy thing, there is no difficulty at all, slowly, even without your awareness, even without your knowledge, slowly the mechanical mind takes over and the conscious mind starts wandering in the world. It is as though mind is saying there is something else which is more important, more serious, more interesting, more worth paying attention, and therefore the mind goes there. So in short, what happens in mechanical mind, or what happens in mechanical chanting? In mechanical chanting, you are chanting but you are not there in chanting. Where are you? You are always with the conscious mind. Remember, I am always with the conscious mind, I am not with the mechanical mind. So even though you are chanting the name of the Lord, are you there? You are not there. Now what does it imply? It implies that Bhagavan is not important for you. You are not paying serious attention to the Lord. Ignoring the name of the Lord is equal to ignoring the Lord. Disregarding, disrespecting the name of the Lord is equal to disrespecting the Lord. So here on one side you are chanting the name, but your mind is somewhere else. It is equivalent to disrespecting Bhagavan. It is like a very important guest has come to your house. He is sitting there, and instead of paying attention to him, interacting with him, what are you doing? You just switch on the television and start watching some program. That person is there, you don't care about him, you don't talk to him, you are watching some useless serial. Then what happens? That person feels disrespected. Isn't it? I came to his house, he only invited me, and what is he doing now? He is not even looking at me, paying attention to me. Maybe that person may walk away also. But poor Bhagavan, he cannot walk away because he is there. He is always there in our heart. So when we are chanting with a mechanical mind, where are you? Are you with God or are you with world? You are not with God, you are with the world. So naturally what should happen to the mind? World is nothing but problems. World is nothing but disturbance. World is nothing but ups and downs. Labha, nashta, mana, apamana, sukha, dukkha. So when you are with the conscious mind which is with the world, so all the worldly ups and downs should affect you because you are in the world. You can definitely not expect the peace of God, you can only experience the peacelessness of the world. Why? Because you are with the world. So in every mechanical chanting you are with the world, so you will find that on one side rotation of the beads is happening. Maybe the tongue is chanting the name also, but on the other side the mind is not reflecting the peace and happiness of the Lord, the mind is only disturbed. So we have to understand, if japa is happening and if the disturbance is continuing, it is a sure sign that it is not the conscious mind which is chanting the name, it is the mechanical mind which is chanting the name. Very many people, they say, I also do japa, but the mind is itself, so therefore this sadhana is useless, and they give up japa. Now the problem is, they are not doing japa properly, and now they are blaming this sadhana because they are not getting peace of mind. They don't understand this, that this sadhana is not done properly. That is why they are not getting the result. So this has to be kept in mind. I have seen people, they will be rotating the beads, and in front of them the TV is on. Rotation is going on, but their entire attention is upon the TV, what is happening in that movie or serial or whatever. And they will deal with all the other things, or they will chit chat also with others, they will gossip also with others, but on the other side rotation is going on. There are some people who have this target, they have, in one day I must do this much of mala. So that is why they are rotating. So every time they reach that Meru, they mark it, okay, this mala is over. Now what is the use of this kind of japa? As Kabir Das used to say, mala is rotating, tongue is rotating, and the mind is also rotating. Rotating means wandering. Such kind of japa will not be of much use. So then what is the way to do japa? Japa should be done with a conscious mind. So conscious chanting is what we have to do. Now what is the way to chant the name of the Lord? So let us start from the basics. Let us assume that there is no devotion for you, there is nothing. You are a beginner. So what, as a beginner, how should you start? So let us pay attention to this technique. What is this technique? It's a very simple technique which everyone can do. Chant the name of the Lord. Choose that name which you love the most. Some Kula Devata or Ishta Devata or whatever. Chant that name. What are you supposed to do? Just listen to that name. Listen. Listen. Now nobody can say that, no, I can't listen. Anyone can listen. Chant loudly. Listen to it. Have you listened? Take a japamala, rotate once. Again chant, listen to it. Ask yourself this question, have you listened? Yes, rotate once. Again chant, have you listened? Yes, rotate once. Keep on doing this, keep on doing this, keep on doing this. So you ensure that you have paid attention, only then the rotation happens. If you have not paid attention, what happens? Rotation stops. Now this rotation of mala is very important, because many times what happens, the mind goes somewhere. You are not even aware that the mind has become mechanical. You started with a conscious mind, but later this conscious mind became a mechanical mind, you are not even aware. And this is what happens with mind, because there is nobody to police the mind. So therefore what we do, we use a technique to arrest the mind. And what is the technique? We use a grosser technique to arrest the subtle mind. A subtle process can be arrested by using a gross method. Now this is called japa. This is the use of japamala. No doubt Japamala can give you the count also, but it can be effectively used if you use this japa in synchronization with your chanting in the mind. So what happens? Only when you have paid attention, rotation happens. So every time you have to pay attention, it is as though you are locked into paying attention. You have no choice. So the mind has no possibility to wander. It is locked. This you do it over a period of time. Again and again you do. Slowly what happens is Chitta ekagrata starts coming. The mind starts becoming concentrated. Why it is becoming concentrated? Because you are training the mind in concentration. Because every time you have to pay attention to your chanting, you will have to withdraw the mind from the world and you have to pay attention to the sound of chanting. So there the withdrawal of the mind is there, attention is there, concentration is there, focus is there. So what are you doing? You are training the mind to focus, to concentrate. This is called as Chitta ekagrata. So again and again when you do, now and then when you do, slowly the mind becomes sharper, sharper, sharper. And another great advantage is now the mind is not in the world, mind is just listening to the name of the Lord. So the very fact that mind has withdrawn itself from the world, that itself is a great cause of bringing peace into the mind, because all the disturbance come because of the mind thinking of the world. So the worldly thinking has stopped, now it is only listening to the name of the Lord. It is only listening. So the more and more when you listen, the worldly thoughts automatically drop away from the mind. The name of the Lord can only bring peace. So therefore what happens? The mind becomes more and more steady, more and more peaceful, more and more concentrated. And with such a peaceful mind, over a period of time when you do, you start experiencing an unearthly peace in your own bosom. Because the mind has become steady, the mind has become peaceful, the mind is free from agitations and disturbances. So such a steady mind is able to experience the steady self. What is the nature of Supreme Self? It is steady. What is the nature of Supreme Self? It is silence. So with such a concentrated, steady mind, you get a glimpse of the perfection of the self which is already in you. The mind has become peaceful. So in that peaceful state, you get a glimpse of the perfection of the self. You get the glimpse of the ananda of the self. So this is what we have to do. Chant the name of the Lord. Pay attention to this name. Once you have paid attention, rotate the bead. Ensure that paying attention continues. Ensure that the wandering stops. Even if the wandering has not stopped, again and again use force, again and again use force, again and again struggle. There is definitely a struggle because now you are arresting the mind. Till now the mind was given free hand to go anywhere it wanted, but now you are struggling. So there is an effort involved, there is a strain involved. So this is called tapas. Tapas is always accompanied by heat. Tapa means heat. Your brain gets heated up. There is a strain. So in the beginning, maybe 15-20 minutes you are tired. It's possible because it's a load for the mind. Just like when you take physical load, your body gets tired. In the same way, when you give mental load to the mind, now concentration is a load which is given to the mind. Concentration is not an easy task. It takes time. So 15-20 minutes you constantly do it. with intense concentration, you will feel tired. No problem, take rest. Again sit, again do it. Don't try to do maybe at a stretch 1 hour, 2 hours, etc. if you don't have stamina. Don't try to do that. In the beginning, take small steps. It is exactly like running a marathon. 40-42 kilometers you will have to run. You don't start running 40 kilometers in the beginning itself. No, don't do that. In the first day, you just run 1 kilometer. That's enough. Next day, you will start feeling the pain in the leg. You can't even walk properly. That much pain comes because the body is not used to it. Then slowly, when the body has become acquainted after running 1 kilometer, then slowly increase it to 2, then 3, then 5, then slowly you increase. And later a time comes when the body is used to this running. It is able to run 40 kilometers at a stretch without feeling tired. So just like you practice it and slowly develop it, in the same way the mind also need to be trained in this path of concentration. It is not a one-day job, you will have to keep on doing it. And how do you know whether this stamina of the mind is increasing or not? You will know it. You will know it when you find that in spite of chanting that speculated time, half an hour, 1 hour, you are not tired. Rather, you are enjoying this process. So even when you are increasing that limit, you are not tired. There is only more and more freshness and more peace. Then understand that stamina has increased. You will come to know. So this mental stamina increases with constant practice. Concentration is not a child's play. Not everyone can concentrate. Generally what happens is when you concentrate, there is a load on the mind and generally the people go to sleep. Because it's a strain. So over a period of time when you do this Japa Sādhanā, over a period of time the stamina increases and a time comes when you are able to sit for long hours without getting tired. So this is how we will have to do Japa Sādhanā. Most important thing, chant, listen to the name of the Lord. Listen to the name of the Lord. From your side, it is this self-effort what is needed. Your sincerity, your dedication, your hard work, your investment of your time and energy. From your side, this is your self-effort. From Bhagavan's side, what happens? Grace comes, blessing comes. What is His role? His role is to make you experience His presence in your heart. That is His role, His job. You don't have to work for that. Your job is do what you can. Your job is not to experience the Lord because you can't do it. It is His grace and blessing because of which we are able to experience Him. My job is only one, to pay attention to Him, to give Him the highest priority, to give Him the maximum importance. And how do I do that? I do it by chanting the name, by paying attention to the name. Paying attention is the true surrender here. Paying attention is the giving importance here. Paying attention is the most important thing. This is how you give importance to God, by paying attention. This is how you surrender to God, by paying attention. So when you do it, then slowly you will find that slowly the mind settles down and then you start experiencing the peace, happiness, bliss, presence of the Lord in you. And once you experience this, again you are inspired to put forth more and more effort. More effort means more result. More result means again you are inspired. So this is the way the whole thing exponentially picks up. This is how we have to do. Now here a warning has to be given. The warning is, on one side you are doing this sadhana and you are evolving. On the other side, equally important thing is sense discipline. Control over your extroverted worldly activities. This also is very important. Suppose you do 1 hour of japa and then you just expose yourself to all kinds of distractions of the world through the internet, through the TV channel, through the newspaper. You are exposing the mind to all kinds of distractions. If this is the way you spend your day, know for sure this benefit will go away. This also is necessary. So on one side you are doing Japa Sādhanā, on the other side you are paying attention not to leak out all the energy you have conserved through Japa. So Japa is like pouring water into the pot, and exposing yourself to the world is like putting holes into that pot. So what happens? Whatever you have gained is leaked out. Whatever peace you have gained through Japa will be leaked out once you expose yourself to the world. So this is very, very important, and that's why in Bhagavad Gita again and again it is said, Tasmat tvam indriyanyado niyamya bharatarshapha. Control your indriyas. That's a very important thing. Don't expose yourself to unwanted distractions of the world. Minimize all the distractions which can come from the world. This discipline has to be practiced if you want to quickly progress in this path of Japa Sādhanā. This is very important. You have to be very careful with regard to the exposure to the world. This is very important. So this is one warning which the scriptures give. So therefore, the point is this: when you chant the name of the Lord, Chitta Shuddhi increases, mind becomes more pure. Chitta Ekagrata increases, mind becomes more focused and concentrated. And moreover, relationship with God also increases because you are spending time with God. So since you are spending time with God, devotion increases, relationship increases. You start experiencing the presence of God for more and more time. So it is as though God becomes yours. The more time you spend with someone, the relationship becomes stronger and stronger. And what do you mean relationship becomes stronger and stronger? Relationship becoming stronger and stronger means now you don't say there is God. What do you say? You say that God is mine. My God. You don't say some God, but you say my God. God is no more a stranger. God has become your relative, your friend, your beloved, your everything. So this relationship grows when you spend more and more time with God. And how to spend more and more time with God? NāMA is very important. Now when that Bhagavan is with you, that omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent Bhagavan is with you, what is it that which you cannot attain? You will always find that as you keep chanting, your vasanas, the deep, subtle vasanas also get exhausted. This chanting is such a sadhana. With more and more concentration, the vasanas also get exhausted. Mind becomes more and more pure. And purer the mind, clearer the experience of God in one's own heart. Now what is the benefit of God being with you? So here it is said, Etad yevaksharam jnatva yo yad ichhati tasya tat. Once Bhagavan becomes yours, everything is yours. Because He is the Lord of the universe, He is the Lord of the creation. He is the creator of the creation. When that creator is with you, yo yat ichhati tasya tat. Whatever you desire, you can fulfill it through Bhagavan. Now desire need not be always the desire of moksha, that is there. Even while living in this world, there are worldly problems, there are worldly needs, there are physical needs, emotional needs, intellectual needs, spiritual needs. All the needs are met when you have Bhagavan with you. There are times when you need solace. There are times when you need strength. There are times when you need courage, peace. So these are all the different qualities you need at different times. So what you have to do, just invoke that Bhagavan, and when Bhagavan rules your heart, whatever you need, you get it. So this is the glory of NāMA, Japa Sādhanā. It is called as NāMA MAHIMā. NāMA MAHIMā. So we have to constantly practice it. So here it is said, Etadhyevaksharam Brahma, Etadhyevaksharam Param. This word itself is Bhagavan. This word itself is the Supreme. So here, with this word, you can get Saguna Brahma also and Nirguna Brahma also. So here Brahma means Etadhyevaksharam Brahma. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says here Brahma means Saguna Brahma. Etadhyevaksharam Param. So here Param means Nirguna Brahma. So whether it is God with form or without form, you get it. Whatever you want, you get it. Whether it is fulfilling worldly desires or spiritual desires, anything you get. Whether it is gaining this world or the other world, anything is possible. Etad alambanam sreshtham, etad alambanam param, etad alambanam nyatva brahmaloke mahiyate. Such a person revels in Brahmaloka. So what is Brahmaloka? Both meanings can be taken. Brahmaloka is the loka of Brahmājī, the highest loka, the Satyaloka. So if you have a desire to go to that loka, that also will be fulfilled. But if you say, no, I don't want to go to that loka, I want Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka means abode of Brahman. I want liberation directly. I don't want to go to this and that world. Fine, that is also okay. Now here Bhagavan Shankaracharya also says, Brahmaloke mahiyate means what? Brahmavat upasyaha bhavati. He becomes worshipful like Brahman. This is another benefit. The knower of Brahman becomes worshipful like Brahman. That is also true. A person who has known this reality, that this Supreme Self is the very essence in everyone, so he cannot but love and revere everything in this world, because for him the world is a manifestation of God. So he loves and respects and reveres everything in this world. So when he gives so much of love and respect, naturally he becomes worshipful. When you worship, you become worshipful. So the people, they worship you like Brahman, and that we see in this world also. So Brahmaloke mahiyate means he becomes worshipful like Brahman. There is another meaning. So that's also a beautiful meaning. A little more of it, of this NāMA MAHIMā, we will see in the next class. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.